Hello, it's me, and this is going to be an update video, and I'm going to be honest, I got a lot of update on you guys on, so this is probably going to be like 5 videos, since you guys hate whenever I do 30-minute videos, so yeah. Get ready. But before you click off, I'm going to quickly write down and show you the things we're discussing about, so you know if there's something juicy you want to know before you rudely leave my channel. Anyways, okay, so here are the things that I want to talk to you about. I'll give it a second, please focus. So first we're going to be talking about my public school first, because I did complete my first year of public school, and then we're going to be talking about me and my whole not dating thing and how that went. Did I succeed? Did I fail? Where I stand? Then we're going to talk about losing my ring. Lost that. Then we're going to talk about the depression. I don't think I've ever gone into depth about my depression on this YouTube channel, but we'll get there. And then we're going to talk about not going to church, and we're going to talk about why I haven't been going to church. Bad Elena. Then we're going to talk about the basic boring stuff, like the new updates, like getting licensed and blah, 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 blah. Alright, let's start off with public school first. So, basically, you know, when I was at my last school, there was these little myths about public school, like, some people would leave and then you'd see them doing drugs, or you see them being sexually involved, or you see them drinking, you see them partying, you see them something. And, you know, I was not the best kid for a majority of my life. So I promise that people probably thought when I went to public school I was going to do all of these things. But let's just talk about it. Let's put it all in the open. I went to my first year of public school for my sophomore year, and I did not drink. I did not do drugs. I wasn't sexually active in any way. I didn't get suspended. I did get in trouble with the principal. Basically, like, you weren't supposed to eat in the hallways, and she told us that once, and I wasn't in trouble, right? I was like, great. Then the person I was eating lunch with was like, hey, no, let's go sit there. I was like, didn't the principal tell us not to? And she's like, no, it's fine. And, like, I'm really, really bad at, like, is it confrontation or standing up, whatever it is. So I was just like, and went and sat down, and the principal was like, and I was like, I really hope she didn't recognize me. And then she, like, said something. I was like, dang it, she recognized me. But that was about it. And then, yeah, so that was my public school year. I actually loved it. Since everybody asked, I'm just going to put it in this video. I really love public school, and I'm really grateful I went. I met so many people, and I got to see so many things. And it most definitely 195.38792% helped my relationship and my faith with Jesus. Seeing people who weren't Christians, seeing people at different religions, just being around that most definitely helped my relationship with Jesus. So many things happened that I'm so grateful for. Something that's like semi-controversial in Christian community, at least as I've witnessed it, is LGBTQ. So I really did not know how to feel about that. I'd never been, you know, introduced to that. I've just been, you know, stuck in a Christian community, no offense, my whole life, so I had no idea how to, like, respond to that situations. And throughout the year I got the chance of being friends with somebody in that community, and it really helped build my perspective, and it helped me to know as a Christian how I really felt about that. And that was it. When it all comes down to it, my job is to love you. I can't judge you because I'm not God, and I'm so thankful that I now know that, because last summer I definitely did it, and I definitely said, like, a bunch of stuff that, like, yuck. But, like, I'm so glad that all of that has happened. I went there to, as I told you, be a light in the darkness. I don't know how well it worked. I was not very, like, vocally active because it's not who I am. But somebody did tell me that I helped them see a different light of Christians, which was really, like, helpful, because, you know, I went through the whole year and I was like, am I even doing anything? Am I making a difference? Is anything actually happening? So when this person told me their story, and they told me how they saw Christians previously, and they told me how I've changed that and put it in a better light. That felt good, and I was like, thank you, Jesus. And then, of course, glory to God always. It's not my win, it's a win for Jesus. I'm just doing my active role. So that was beautiful. I did wear a lot of Jesus shirts and sweatshirts, but let me tell you one thing. I couldn't care less. There's these people out there who go oh, just because you wear a Jesus shirt doesn't make you a Christian, or don't just wear the shirt, you need to actually say something. Screw you. Sorry for my language, but no. I love my Jesus shirts. I am the type of person to have a Jesus sticker on my car. I will have Jesus wherever, whenever. I'm sure if you watch any of my vlogs, at least in every one of them, you will be able to see a Bible or a cross somewhere near me, because I love having something that symbolizes Jesus, Christianity, and my relationship with him. So yeah, I wore Jesus shirts to school. I did it. I don't feel bad. I did feel bad on the last day. That one, point blank said, Jesus is the plug. And, so many people looked at me, and then one of my teachers looked at me like he was really offended, and I started to feel bad, but then I was like, no, I don't care. I don't. So, that happened. Public school, that was a yay. Okay, yay, nay. Public school, yay, 100%. So grateful for that experience in my life. So grateful. And now that we are still on this subject, we're going to talk about not dating, because I was in public school where there are boys and girls together. Were there any attractive boys? If I say I can't remember, is that a lie? I'm going to go with no. There's nobody who I remember I was like, ooh, you're really attractive, I want to date. But no, I did find out something new. I really would appreciate if my husband could speak Spanish. So contenders, please learn Spanish. Yeah, that's something new I found out. But yes, I went through the whole year without dating, without talking to a boy in the way of dating, without liking someone, without having a crush with somebody, without, what's the stage before dating? Is it called talking to a person, where you're considering it? Didn't do that. Did not do any of that. Yeah. Was that hard? Not really, no. I mean, it's harder now in the summer, but I'll explain later. But in the school year, it wasn't hard because I got my priorities straight set. Also, speaking about school, one thing that kind of really threw me off the path that I was going for, which was light in the darkness, coming to public school, setting an example, was my education. That was new, because I got to start over as whoever I wanted. I was really quiet all the time, and it wasn't intentional. It wasn't my plan to intentionally, try and go unnoticed or quiet, but it just happened. And then it kind of, really allowed me to focus on my schoolwork, and my whole year I got a 4.0, first semester and second semester, so that was new, and I absolutely love it, and I thank God every day, because I know without him I would be nowhere close to here. And yes, he does even have an effect on my ability to be smart or something like that. So I thank him for that every day. So yep, that was not hard, because dating boys wasn't hard, because I had school to focus on, I had trying to be a good role model to focus on, I had friends and their problems to focus on. I went through a whole year without drama. Do you understand what that feels like? People ask me, do you ever want it back? Do you ever want popularity back? And I'm like, no. I went through a whole year without drama. I did not even know that was possible. No drama whatsoever. I didn't know that existed. There was other people's drama that I helped with, but no drama of my own. Came home every day and didn't have to sigh and be like, oh, school's so hard, blah, 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 blah. So that was amazing. Just because your girl has to go into the Christian side of it, let's go into it. So being a role model in public school, which was my goal, it was hard. There was definitely a couple times where I messed up. And I came home and I felt like poop on the group floor chat, and it really sucked, and that was hard. But how I got through it was thinking tomorrow's a better day. So when I really screwed up at being that role model that I wanted to be the first day, or something embarrassing happened, you just gotta think of tomorrow as a reset. Go again, try again, and that's what really got me through it. So I want to thank my mom and God. I feel like I'm like giving a speech. Can I have my prize? But yeah, I want to thank my mom and God, because that's how I got through really messing up, because none of us are perfect and we all do mess up eventually. So yes. And how did you get through gossiping? Well, with my friends, I was point blank. I told them straight on, gossiping is a no-no part of me. And most of them, I could only think of one friend who didn't respect that, but I'm not getting into that. But most of them respected that, and that was really cool. So because I want to be able to hear your problems, and sometimes humans just need to vent, you know, I let them vent. We just came up with a rule, and that was that you couldn't say the name of the person you were talking badly about it. I understand that life sometimes is poop on the group chat floor, but so I'm not going to be like, oh, don't talk to me about that person, don't, like, oh, gossiping, bad, no. So I was just like, you can talk to me about whoever you want, whenever you want, I will try and help best I can, just don't state names. And that, to me, really worked out. I don't know if that's what God meant by no gossiping, though, like, so I don't know if that was, like, still sinning or not. I'm not perfect, I don't know, but that to me worked out, just not knowing the names of people. And let me tell you what, if I'm over here talking to you guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, I hate Mama G, my mom, so much. She does this, and she's just a horrible person. Did you hear about how that girl, Mama G, my mom, stole my boyfriend? And oh my gosh, let me tell you, the stuff that she wears sometimes is just ridiculous. And like, oh, she's so rude, and she said this, and like, blah, 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 blah. And then you go and you meet Mama G, and like, you're thinking about all the nonsense that just came out of my mouth the whole time you meet her, and you don't really get to see the type of person she is. So in order to prevent that, I said no names, so I didn't have any sort of bias towards anybody when I first met them. That was new, and I liked it. I think I will keep that up. For the one friend who didn't respect it, it wasn't that she was trying to disrespect me, it's just that she likes to talk a lot, and she likes to talk passionately. So for her, leaving names out of it was like, she absolutely was not going to do that at any point, like, no matter how much I reminded her. It's just because she's such a passionate person, which I am not mad at. Rumors. I only heard about, there was almost a rumor started about me, about how like I had money or whatever, and I nipped that in the butt because I didn't want it like going around school, like, no. And then there was one rumor that like a friend told me, that like one of my friends told me that people thought we were dating, and I was like, no, they don't. And then my friend was like, yeah, ask around, and I was like, I'm not going to, because, you know, they don't, and I don't care if they do. So yeah, I didn't like, when you give into the rumor, when you accept it and you let it like affect you, that's what I think is like making it true. So if I see that the rumor isn't true right then and there, it doesn't matter if I'm saying it to people who believe it or not. If I tell myself that rumor isn't true and I don't let it get to me, then it's not true. So that's how I went about that. That was my public school experience, and that was my not dating experience, and that was my gossiping my experience, and oh, that was the whole year. That was the whole year. So I think I'm going to end this video right here, because I know how you guys hate to listen to me talk for 30 minutes. It's so rude. So this one's going to end right here. I'm just going to cut this video up. And the next one's going to be how I lost my ring. So I'm going to get into that. Bye. Thanks for watching.